And welcome back to my blog, The Beauty Chapter by Allie. So I did mention a couple of times on my blog that I was away since January doing the Disney College program, and I just came back at the beginning of August, and it's been a really awesome experience for me, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of my friends and family, and hopefully those of you who read my blog and followed me kind of along the journey a little bit, and my Facebook, I posted a lot about what I was doing, a lot of pictures about where I went and stuff like that. And I think the one thing that I figured I would do would be to make a video kind of answering questions about the Disney College program and what I experienced. So I found a YouTube video called the Disney College Program Tag. Obviously I wasn't tagged and I'm not tagging anyone else in it, but I took the questions from it so that I could answer them for this video and for those of you who wanted to watch it, so that maybe it'll answer some of the questions that you have for me. It is kind of like stressful, I'm not gonna lie, like with people asking me like a lot of the same questions over and over again. So I figured I would kind of like answer them in this video a little bit and then share it so that you can, you know, see some of my answers to these questions and yeah, I guess learn a little bit more about my experience and stuff like that. So I guess I'll just hop right into these questions and answer them for you. So the first question is, what year did you do the DCP? For those of you who know, I just finished up my Disney College program. I was Spring Advantage 2016, which meant my program was the extended version. So there was regular spring, which was from January to May or February to May, and then there was the Advantage, which was the automatic extension. So you were from January to August. So the people who did the regular spring, which were just January to May, they had the opportunity to apply to extend, and they could stay as well until August if they wanted to, but they had to apply and they would have ran the risk of not being accepted to do the program for a longer period of time. So for me, I was in the already extended one, so I didn't have to apply to extend through August. I was already extended. So I didn't have to worry about applying and then not being accepted. And at first I actually was very nervous to do the extended one already because I felt like 8 months seemed like a really long time to be away, but it felt really short, and I'm glad I did it as long as I did because it felt like the perfect amount of time. You know, looking back at where I was in May when everyone else was leaving, I felt like that was too short. And it's funny because I thought being there till August seemed so long before I started it, but while I was there, it was actually the perfect amount of time because I got to do a lot with my job, get trained in a different like area within my job, so I got, you know, more experience doing different things, and I met a lot more people, and I got to have more time with those people, so I really liked it for that. Were you in Florida or California? I was in Florida, which is where Disney World is. I actually had never been to California up until this past year working for Disney, which was a huge blessing to be able to work for Disney because it gave me the opportunity to go and visit California at Disneyland. So I was able to go to Disneyland and California Adventure kind of in a week period with a couple of the girls that I worked with at Disney World, since we all could use our ticket passes they would get us into Disneyland. So that was really cool. So I got to go in there from working for Disney, which was really awesome. So we got to get in there for free, and I really loved Disneyland. And I also got to be there for the 60th Diamond Celebration. Everything was beautiful. I actually really loved Disneyland, and I kind of liked it a little bit more than Disney World, which is surprising because I didn't think I would. Because Disney World has just been what I've been going to my whole life. But Disneyland was beautiful, it was amazing, and it was so much fun. California has such beautiful weather. The park felt very different. Obviously it was kind of underwhelming going from Cinderella's castle at Disney World to Sleeping Beauty at Disneyland, which is like so much smaller, but it was more quaint. I felt like there was more detail, and it felt more magical to me, if that makes sense. And a lot of the girls I worked with said the exact same thing, that it felt like it had more magic to it. So yeah, so I did my program in Florida, but working for Florida gave me the ability to finally visit Disneyland for the first time, which was really cool. And for those of you who saw my pictures from that, I will try to post some down below in this blog post so you can see a few of those from Disneyland. But it was really cool, and I'm glad that the first time I got to go was for the Diamond Celebration, because I did really want to see that. So I kind of knocked both out off my bucket list in one trip. 3, what was your role and location? So I worked in merchandise in Magic Kingdom, and I was on Main Street, USA. So I worked on the right-hand side of the street if you're looking at the castle, where the confectionery, the Chapeau, which is the hat store, Uptown Jewelers, the cinema, which was the art store. I worked in the Town Square Theater, and I worked at some carts and stuff outside. So it gave me a very wide range of experience of where I was. I got to be kitchen trained, which was something that usually college program students don't get to do, but I asked to be kitchen trained. So I was able to work in the kitchen in the confectionery. So I got to make like the Mickey apples, the mini apples, the cake pops, the fruit, the marshmallows, the caramel apples, literally everything, which was really awesome. And I got to do that towards the end of my program, which was a nice way to kind of finish it out for me, because it gave me the ability to meet a lot of really great people who worked in the kitchen that I didn't meet before that, because they don't normally work in regular merchandise, so like at the registers. But I really liked that, and I liked being able to work in every location because, you know, Main Street East, where I was, had a lot of opportunities as far as the different shops. So we got trained in embroidering, so we learned how to embroider the Mickey ear hats. We learned how to make cotton candy, make the apples if you were kitchen trained. We learned how to sell art, as well as high-end products like Pandora and Dooney and Burke bags and Vera Bradley. And we learned how to work magic bands and some PhotoPass stuff. So it was really nice because we literally got everything that almost all of the merchandise locations offer, but we got it all in our one location. So we were really lucky to be in that location because we got to experience all of those different roles and, you know, different details. But yeah, I really liked my role and my location. I did pick up across the street in the Emporium as well, which I really enjoyed. It's very fast-paced and very nice in there. And I did pick up at other locations as well. I picked up twice at resorts. I picked up at the Beach Club Resort, the Boardwalk Resort, and then I also picked up at Dino Land USA in Animal Kingdom, which was really fun. What do you miss most about the DCP? I did just finish it, but I'm already in the post-Disney depression stage. I do miss most the people. The people that I worked with, a lot of the people that work part-time and full-time there, who are there permanently all year round. And I miss the people that I did the program with. We all went back to our respective states and countries, which was definitely the biggest and most significant part of this whole thing, was meeting all of those different types of people from all different walks of life, all different ages, and we all come from different backgrounds. So it was really cool to be able to experience that, and that's what I miss most about the DCP, being able to spend time with all those people, my friends that are from, you know, across the country in California or from Australia, or just the people who live in Florida. It's hard because I can't just, you know, hop in my car and drive there. You know, I'd have to either fly or drive for, you know, a full day or two. So that's the hardest part, not being able to access those people as easily as I was when I was living there. How many times did you visit the park? Well, I have been going to Disney since I was really young, so I've been to the park a lot of times before the college program, but on the college program, I went to Magic Kingdom the most, just because I worked there. It was easier for me to go before I worked or after I worked, or on my days off. It just had the most stuff for me to do. So the top 2 parks I went to the most were that and Epcot, and then Hollywood Studios, and then Animal Kingdom, in that order. I would say I went to the park probably within my 8-month period. I probably went to the park like well over 60 times as a guest. So I very well could have been there 100 times. I just don't really remember that well because it kind of like blurs together because I'm there so much. But I definitely went to the park a lot, and I went to Universal a lot as well because I purchased an annual pass. So I went to the park a lot. So that's my answer to that question. I don't exactly know a number. What is your favorite ride? I think my favorite ride, I have three favorite rides, and they're actually all in Magic Kingdom. I really love, my all-time favorite ride is the Peter Pan's Flight ride. I think I only got to ride it once or twice though throughout my whole 8-month program, and that's because the line is so incredibly long and the wait time is just crazy on that ride. Most people are like, oh, don't you get to cut the line because you work there? Nope, we wait in the lines like every other guest, unless we decided to make a fast pass for that particular ride on that day. Otherwise, we waited in the standby line like everyone else. So I didn't go on that ride as often because the line was very long. My other two favorite rides, I love Mickey's PhilharMagic, which is more of an attraction than a ride, but it's a 3D show that has all different songs from all the different Disney movies in it. It's so cute, and it was a great way to like get out of the heat because it was very hot in the summer there. And then my other favorite ride is Splash Mountain. I didn't ride that ride as much either, and that was because usually on the days that it was very hot, the line was very long, or we had work after and we didn't want to get soaking wet before we went to work. So I rode on that ride a few times, but I didn't go on it as often. So I do love that ride though. It's one of my favorite rides as well. Your favorite place to eat? I think I'm trying to think. I think my favorite place that I had eaten while I was there was 50's Primetime Cafe in Hollywood Studios. That'll always be one of my favorite restaurants because all of the food is like very, home cooked comfort food, and they have like pot roast and chicken and fried chicken and stuff like that. That was my favorite place to eat. I did love Ohana at the Polynesian for dinner. It was really good. I only went there once during my time working there, but it was really good. And I'm trying to think of the other restaurants we went to, and Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest was probably hands down my all-time favorite place to eat, even more than 50's Primetime. It is really expensive to eat there, but the room that you're in eating and everything like that is really beautiful and amazing, and you get to meet the Beast after you eat dinner, and the food is just really good. So that was my favorite place to eat, and I ate there a few times actually throughout my program, so I got to experience it a lot. And going on my program, that was my first time ever eating at Be Our Guest, so it was really cool. It was the first time I had ever been in there, stepped foot inside that big ballroom there where they have the dancing scene from the movie. So it was very cool, and they have a lot of other rooms kind of based off of the movie, which I really liked as well. So that was probably my favorite place to eat. My best memory. I have two. I would say the first one that beats everything though would be when they always tell you when you're a cast member that you have the ability to make magic. And by magic, making a guest's day, surprising them or making a magical moment for them, something they didn't expect at all, that you were able to do because you work for the company. So my favorite one was I met a young girl from Make-A-Wish, and she was getting her hat embroidered, and it was her birthday the next day, and the mother had told me that she really wanted the hat embroidered, and she wanted to say the year on it because she wanted the girl to remember the time that she went to Disney. And she was telling me that this was the only time they were ever going to get to go to Disney because they couldn't afford it any other time. And the mother had told me she wanted the hat, embroidered, and she wanted to get her the hat, even if she didn't wear it, so she could have it, as long as she was alive, and remember the trip by. So that was something that touched me a lot. And so I embroidered the hat for her for free, which was the first, part of that magical moment for me. And then she had asked me about the autograph books we sold in the store, and she was wondering if we had one that had a photo option within it, so you could put the photos and the autographs for all the characters, because they had the Memory Maker where they got all the photos from Make-A-Wish from their entire trip through Disney. So I told her about the different ones we had. We had a princess one, a mini one, and then the basic Walt Disney World one that didn't have the picture option. So she was like, oh, I think we really like the princess one, we'll have to go and look for it. So while their hat was being embroidered, I actually ran to the back and asked one of my manager people if I could magical moment, no strings attached, a book to her, which meant she didn't pay for it. I gave it to her as a gift from me. So I went around looking for this princess autograph book, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I ended up only finding the giant princess, like the mega autograph book. And I asked my coordinator if it was okay if I gave it to her, that one, because I couldn't find the other one. And she said, absolutely, you know, do that. So I brought her the autograph book, and I told her that I had a birthday gift for her, and I surprised her with the autograph book. And the first autograph that was in her book was from me. I signed my name on it. I said, happy birthday, princess, and then her name. And then I signed my name. And then on the front where it said, this book belongs to, I put princess and then her name. And the mother just started crying, and she came up and she hugged me and she said, thank you so much. She goes, you don't understand how much this means to me, you know, it's such a small thing, but you know, it really meant a lot. And then I saw them later in the day, and they were actually going and getting the autographs with the book. So that was probably my favorite moment of all time that I was able to do there, magical moment wise. I was able to do a lot of moments like that, but that one had the most impact on me, I think, being able to, you know, give them that, you know, and make their vacation just a little bit more special and magical. My second favorite memory was not with Disney, but it was me and two of my other roommates. One day we just decided to take a spontaneous trip. We dragged my one roommate out. She had no idea where we were going, and we drove to Miami for the day. We walked around this area called Wynwood Walls, where there was a lot of artwork, all over the streets, all over the street walls. And we took so many cool photos, and it was just beautiful and awesome. It was a very artsy, like hipster type of town, but it was so cool and cute. And then after that we went to the beach and we went swimming, and it rained, but it was really fun to be in the water when it was raining, and it was so warm and so clear and nice. And then we drove home later that night, and that was a really fun day because it was just kind of like an adventure. We didn't really have, you know, we had a plan sort of, but we kind of just went with it. And it was really, really, really fun. So I'll always remember that. 9, what is your favorite character? My all-time favorite Disney character is Peter Pan. But my favorite character that I met was between the Tremaine sisters, the evil stepsisters from Cinderella. They're so fun, and they have so much personality when you meet them. And the fairy godmother from Cinderella. She was such a sweetheart, so nice. She talks to you for a really long time. And those are my two favorite characters that I met while I was there. And I love meeting Baymax because he's just so squishy, and he's so fun to meet, and you give him like a big hug and he's like a big balloon. So that was, those were good characters to meet. And then my last question was, would I work for Disney again? And this is the number one question that I get from everyone, which was like the sole reason why I wanted to make this video. People ask me all the time, do you think you're going to go back to Disney? Do you think you'll ever work for Disney again? Did you like Disney better than you like it here? All that kind of stuff. So my answer to this question is going to be, I don't know. And I know that's not the answer people want to hear, but I would work for Disney again, yes. But would I actually do it? I'm not sure. I don't know. I could say yes, I would do it now, just based on where I am in life, but you know, a year from now, if I do want to go back and do it, I don't know where I'll be, if I'll have a job here, if I, you know, don't want to go back and work, whatever it may be. I could definitely see myself going back and working there though, because I loved it so much. I had applied to extend extra after my program ended in August they offered me through December 1st. So when you extend, you apply to extend, and you put all the roles and stuff that you would like to do. And I really wanted a different role than what I, had. I wanted to switch it up, do something different. And at the time I applied, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to stay or if I wanted to go back to school. But I realized I need to go back to school, I need to finish school, I need to graduate, and I can't put it off. So I declined my offer to extend through December 1st, and they offered it to me in the same role, same location, which was my last option. So because it was my last option, it wasn't really like my top choice of what I wanted, so I decided to decline it. And by the time they sent out the acceptance for it, I figured out that I didn't want to do it at that point. But when I originally applied, I wasn't sure, so that's why I applied. But I would work for Disney again. It depends on what job, what role. I don't know if I would want to go back in the Disney College program, because I did enjoy my time there in the program and living in housing and stuff like that, but I think if I went back, I would want to do it on my own terms. I would want to be part-time or seasonal or something like that, where I can go and pick when I want to work and how much I want to work and the place that I want to live in. So I'm not sure if I would do it through the college program again, but I would definitely consider going back again. So I have to see where life takes me at that point in time and where I am if that opportunity arises again. I think I will apply for jobs there, maybe higher up more corporate type of jobs, or within the park, but as like a leadership role or something like that. I'm definitely going to apply while I'm here and see if they offer me anything, or if I can interview with them, and then go from there. But as of right now, I'm not really sure, because I don't know where my life is headed at the moment or where it's going to take me. So, but I definitely enjoyed my time in the Disney College program, and I would 100% work for the company again. It would just depend in what context and what job. But that was all 10 questions that I had for this video. I hope that I answered a lot of your questions that my family, friends, and people who read my blog, have about the Disney College program, or about working for Disney in general. It did not ruin the magic for me at all. If anything, it enhanced the magic, and it gave me a really good group of people. And I realized that being in Disney, that I think the biggest thing I learned from being there was that home is not, a specific location. It's wherever you're with people, that mean the most and mean a lot to you. So I found a home in Disney that will always be my home. But here, back in New Jersey, this is obviously my first and main home. But it was nice to have a home in Disney as well that I know I can go back to and see and meet people that made the program what it was for me. So I just want to give a thank you to anyone who is watching this video who was a part of my Disney College program. You made it what it was. You made it an amazing time, and it was a wonderful journey, an awesome adventure, and I can't thank you enough for being a part of it. For me, it had been a dream of mine for a while to work at Disney, and I finally can check it off the bucket list that I did. So if you're interested in going for the Disney College program, I would 100% recommend it. I applied once and I was not accepted, and I tried again and I finally was accepted for it, and I'm glad that I tried again and I didn't give up, because it's definitely an opportunity worth having. So thank you so much for watching this video and following me along my Disney journey. I will include some pictures down below in this blog post, some of my favorite ones from the program, and anything else that I can think of if I forgot to put it in this video. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next post. Bye!